Hello everyone and welcome to the second episode of Trifecta. You might be wondering where we are right now. We're actually pretty close to spawn. Our base is several hundred blocks in that direction, which is where we're headed. And we just came back from a little trade with Extra Cool Cat. I spot a cool cat. Do you guys spot a cool cat?
I know your type.
My
Stay
type?
out of my house.
What do you mean? Okay, you don't want this this contraption?
No.
The gizmos I've got for you?
Let's not get hasty.
Okay. Yeah, so Cool Cat was after a way to farm wood for his build, so we gifted him a mechanical saw.
Let's see if it works.
It does work. Nice.
It does mostly work.
And in return, he was kind enough to let us keep some of the azalea bushes, which we're going to use today for some building.
At least I'm assuming there's still a log somewhere in here.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
no, it might just be slow.
So
it might just be slow leaf decay.
No, there's a log. There we go.
Wait, really? In this one as well?
I don't know about that one.
It doesn't look like there is.
Well, I'll leave them alone and see if they decay. I need to worry about. Oh, don't say it. Do not say it.
I was okay. That is my time to leave. All right, so we made it back to our base. It was a couple of hours ago that we met with Cool Cat. I've just been doing some farming between episodes. I collected up some more sugarcane, farmed some more cows for leather, and gathered some more wood. And in fact, we were able to get the full set of bookshelves for a level 30 enchant. Oh yeah, and we also have another encased fan here for bulk smoking, which can allow us to very easily cook food. I was doing it on this one before, the one that we use to smelt ores, but I realised that items were actually disappearing from this. I may or may not have wasted a few stacks of food. So if you're going to cook food, make sure you do it through a fire and not through lava. But anyways, so the first thing I'd like to work on today is getting some tools enchanted. Yeah, the plan is to spend a long time here in the beginning of the episode just grinding out for a full set of tools I want to aim for. We have some extra books and lapis to make this happen, and levels. We still haven't died yet. The problem is our diamond situation, and the original pickaxe we had is almost gone. So the obvious solution is to use our tunnel bore, which we built in the previous episode. The location we were testing in though isn't really ideal and it's not easily accessible. So what we are going to do is set up a water wheel properly this time. I'm still yet to see the comments on the first episode, but 100% guarantee that a lot of you guys were screaming at me, "Three, why did you place the water in the opposite corner?" It actually goes here, right? And we take it out of the corner and that gets it spinning faster. Yeah, slightly. I'm fully expecting those comments. It's gonna happen. Yeah, let's fix these ones here. Yeah, that's definitely faster, right? For this one here, I do know that if you place soul sand to make bubble columns, then that also increases the speed. 3 more source blocks down here, and then 3 more on this side. And that should give us the maximum speed of 3 water wheels in this configuration. We can then give it some cog wheels to shift up. As you can see, this is much faster than the water wheel. We're going to send this into a gear shift, then into a rope pulley. And then on the rope pulley, we're going to put 9 mechanical drills facing down. It's going to be a bit tricky to place. Yeah, something like this, so they're all pointing down. To finish this off, we'll have to grab the super glue, add in some barrels for storage so that the items don't spill on the floor, and we can glue corner to corner down here. And so if we power the gear shift, that's going to reverse the rotation. Right now it's trying to pull all the mechanical drills up via the rope pulley. Just to help you visualize, the rope pulley here can pull blocks up or down, depending on the rotation. So now if we reverse the rotation with the gear shift, it should start to send everything down. Just to double check here, it does come back up if we reverse this, right? Yes, it does. Nice. And it's decently fast as well. It should have put all the cobblestone in here. Yeah, in one of the barrels. This should be plenty to get us down to the level we want to go. Man, this thing is slower than I thought. I just made sure to clear all the water out of the way. It's slowly draining out there. We might have another source block down there. Should we jump? I'm a little afraid to jump. We might get stuck. Yeah, it looks like it is clearing alright. Oh no, we've stalled. I don't know why. Oh, I guess it's because the redstone torches got knocked out and now the minecart is stuck. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, it appears we're not completely safe from lava. I actually had a few close calls. I wonder if I can show in replay mod. I mean, hey, on the positive side, look at this. We found what we're looking for. Oh boy, how do we rescue the... Oh, I can hear a skulk catalyst. Did you guys hear that as well? 2, 4? 4 isn't too bad. Alright, so looking at the failure point on this bore here, I think we can just get away with adding 2 more deployers here. The parts which the lava caved in is all of this top section. Yeah, you can see here, if we add 1 more deployer up on this top corner, then any of these blocks that are missing in the natural generation, or if they're lava source, it won't be able to flow in because there'll be cobbled deep slate placed there. So we're just going to have to craft 2 more deployers, and I also want to switch out these fences. I did try and open the fence gate, but when this thing is a contraption, you cannot open the fence gate. And I got trapped on the other side. I had to mine alongside this machine and try to catch up because obviously you can't hop fences. So we are going to have to fix that, but one thing is... oh, there's some diamonds there, I missed those. Yeah, check this out. I also crafted us a remote control for this elevator. We still have the drills on it, but yeah, look at this. How awesome is that? This is something called the linked controller. It does take the next tier of casings to craft, the brass casing. But of course we got our hands on some brass last episode, we had some left over. Once we reach the top here, I'll show you how this works. It's actually very, very simple. And we'll probably end up taking the drills off this thing. It's still on the bottom. Still has the drills on the bottom, but we don't need it on the bottom anymore. But yeah, this linked controller, you can shift right click on a redstone link. And redstone links is a way to wirelessly send a redstone signal. So when you right click and you bind to dirt, this is the W key. There's 6 different functions on this linked controller. But yeah, if we right click on with this in our hand, then we access the control mode, and if we hit W, it sends a redstone signal to here. So we can do this from anywhere, I believe in the overworld. I don't know if it works across dimensions. But yeah, that goes into a toggle latch, which is like a T flip-flop. Once it receives a signal, it stays on until it receives another signal, and then it will turn off. And that of course triggers the gear shift and switches the direction of the elevator here. Oh, this is so awesome. I'm so looking forward to getting into some of the intricate redstone stuff later down the line. Anyways, 2 more deployers here. Oh, and you know what? We are at 7 diamonds. Let's get ourselves a sword, a shovel, an axe. Let's go for axe first. Just unbreaking 3. That's unfortunate. Fortune 2, efficiency 3. That's that's not fortunate. And we don't quite have another 30 levels. We should get it soon though when we're mining. Yeah, so after implementing the first 2 deployers, we ran this thing for several hundred blocks without any incident. During the operation we triggered quite a few skulk sensors. Fortunately we didn't have any wardens trigger though. We also ran through several patches of gravel, and it seemed to handle it just fine. Although I found that we also had to add another 5 deployers just behind the mechanical drills pointing upwards. And that covers us against the ceiling in case any of that ends up lava. But yeah, overall, with the fixes implemented, this thing worked amazingly. Alright, so it's the next day for me here. I've been doing plenty of mining here on Trifecta. We got Lash on with us right now. I also decided it was finally time to clean up some of these chests. I tried to keep the mess over this side. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing fancy right now, but again, all of this will be moved eventually. So I want to take a minute just to chat about some of my plans for this area. And somehow we've ended up in another valley. Don't worry, this time we're not going to be digging a hole. Oh no, this time we're going to be doing things quite differently to my usual playstyle. So if you take a look at some of my other bases over the last few years, it normally turns into one giant base, which is all interconnected, which is awesome, and it definitely has its place. I really enjoyed some of those bases. Normally though, we kind of just fall into that playstyle though, due to the requirements of the pack. Since, you know, New Horizons and DJ2 had requirements for millions of items. Here in Trifecta though, we don't necessarily have that requirement, which should give us a lot of creative freedom. So we're going to grab this opportunity and, well, to be honest with you, it's a little scary because I don't know what I'm doing. But if you never try, you never learn, right? So who knows, this could all fail. But today I would at least like to establish the style that we're going to go for. Oh wow, Lashmac already has a full set of netherite armor. Well, what has he been? He's been grinding, man. Anyways, we're going to need some mechanical harvesters here. And this is placed on linear chassis on the cart assembler. The linear chassis we want to set to 1 range, or 1 block range. And we'll also make sure we lock rotation on the cart assembler down here. You know, using the tunnel bore earlier, I did forget to lock rotation since I moved it up to the iron level, around -16. Somehow the whole contraption got bumped slightly and it fell down into a cave. It was my own fault, but it was easy enough to fix, I guess. But here we're going to make sure that doesn't happen, so we want this on... yeah, on lock rotation right here. Then, if we give this controller rail some power, the controller rail, by the way, just goes in the direction that it's pointing. It's like a powered rail, but it gives the cart momentum, even if it's flat. But yeah, we'll place the mine cart on the cart assembler, similar to our tunnel bore. That's going to pick up the linear chassis, and we have some mechanical harvesters on the front. The harvesters, as you can see, can farm crops. One thing I'm not entirely sure on is if we need any deployers to replant the seeds, or if the harvesters will keep the seeds in place. I guess we can test it here with some bone meal to fully grow the wheat. We'll have to make sure we give this some storage space in the contraption itself. So we'll add a chest right here. We might have to super glue that. Let's give it a redstone signal. And yeah, we have to super glue it. It's going to come back. It did lock the rotation. Yeah, and all the wheat ended up over here because it didn't have any storage space. Let's make sure we super glue the chest to the contraption. And to offload the contraption, which is something we might implement in the tunnel bore, we can add what's known as the portable storage interface. And if we have 2 of these touching each other, I think the range is 2 blocks. So it's a portable storage interface, then 2 blocks, and then another storage interface here. Whenever the contraption resets back to the cart assembler and these 2 are in range, they should touch each other and convert or pass the items from the contraption into this interface. And then from here we can place a chute, which is almost like a hopper, except I believe this one also spills onto the floor if there's nothing below it. But in this case we're just going to place some chests. And now when we try this again, let's give this some bone meal. We should see some wheat and extra seeds end up in this chest. Let's flick the lever. It did. I think it did collect it this time. It didn't end up on the floor. Oh, I forgot to glue the interface. Now it should. Oh yeah, we got the advancement. And nice. There's wheat in the chest. Perfect. Okay, so 3. What exactly are we doing with a wheat farm here? When we technically already have one, and we have our full set of enchanted bookshelves. Well, returning back to my plans for this area, let's actually turn this on to make use of this thing. Yeah, so instead of having one big base, I would like to have all of our create contraptions and automations in separate builds. I want to try my hand at making a fantasy type of town. Now, this is very out there for me, and is definitely not in my comfort zone, as I mentioned. Let's put all of this stuff away. I wonder how long this is all going to stay organized for. Time will tell, I suppose. Oh, look who it is. It's a Lashmac. This guy is kitted out, and he's also muted, I think.
Oh, hi.
Hello, good morning, Lash.
Good morning to you too.
You're covered in debris.
Yes, I'm covered in debris, and I have my purple bed, don't you worry.
Nice. I've got my orange bed.
Yes, I noticed.
Yeah.
I came to check if you have used the purple color, and then I noticed that you did not. Orange
is superior. You all know that, right?
Debatable. Do you really want to try that hypothesis with your iron armor?
No. I'm okay.
Because I was looking for a head, but, you know, it doesn't have to be yours. I'm making a shop.
Okay.
And it's going to sell mending books.
Ah, and how are you going to get those mending books? You have villagers already? You already have them doing your bidding?
Well, I asked them kindly to provide me with some books.
Uh-huh.
I had to make a few examples, but it worked.
I see.
So I will drop you off. I will drop you a chest with a compass. You know, one of these compasses.
Oh, the lodestone compass. Oh, okay. I see. Lash, before you go anywhere, I owe you something.
You owe me something?
Yeah, for the first day.
What happened on the first day?
You came by and gave me some diamonds, so I owe them back.
Oh, I have to put garbage on the... Oh, with interest.
Yes, with
Thank
interest.
Thank you.
Don't say I'm not
Don't
good
look
to you.
behind you. Don't look behind you.
Oh, those guys, they're there all the time, don't worry.
Yeah, okay.
I've even spotted them falling off the cliff. It's very funny.
So it's not just me, because I have seen them like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it's not just you. Those guys are everywhere. We'll have to get our revenge on them soon, right?
Very soon.
Yes.
Not today. I need my mending books.
Yeah, not today. I have quite a bit to do today. Maybe if you come
Okay,
by
lovely.
later, you might be able to see something later on. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. But it might take
I'll
me
be
more
here.
than a day. Who knows?
I'll be here until midnight.
And there he goes. Off to abuse the villagers again. But you know, I was just about to pick up a horse, and I stumbled across this guy. He ate a lot of sugar. Oh, we got him. Nice, nice. And of course we got our saddle from the Nether Fortress with Cool Cat. And okay, it doesn't have too many hearts. It's not too bad though. But this looks decently fast. Right? Yeah, so I'm going to immediately set off with this guy. Currently unnamed. We do need name suggestions, by the way, so if you have any, then make sure to leave them in the comments. So for quite a while in my own videos, I like to follow the phrase show don't tell. You know, that old saying in filmmaking. It's worked well for me here, so normally I like to show you what I'm doing rather than just tell you, but here we're... I don't exactly know what I'm doing yet. We're kind of winging it here. Although I do have a very loose plan. And you know, I'm not sure if we have any spruce wood yet. Might be wise to grab a few saplings. We did cross a dark oak forest as well, so I grabbed a few dark oaks. And a ruined portal. Look at this, we got a mending golden sword. Not super useful, but kind of rare. Yeah, what we're looking for ideally is a swamp biome. Oh, it looks like there was a few incidents here with the wolves. Yeah, swamp biome ideally. I know there's another way to get clay with the create mod. We could wash sand, but at least for today, I think it's going to be easier just to collect it from a swamp. So the plan is to combine the clay with wheat and make something called daub. D-A-U-B. It's this really nice block from supplementaries. And has some potential to work very well with the style I have in my head for all these builds we're going to do. One of which is going to be today, if we can get out of these trees. Oh nice, we haven't visited a jungle biome just yet on Trifecta. Here of course we can get bamboo, and of course some jungle saplings, which I don't believe we have just yet. Only one, I'd like to grab a few more. Oh man, they gotta fix the fact that jungles don't drop enough saplings. I can't believe this is still in the game after all these years. But you know what, despite that, I still think jungle is my favourite biome in the game. I mean, I still remember the day they were added. Come on, what is this? Only 4 saplings. Come on, trees. Make yourself renewable. Come on, horsey. You can do it. Cross the river. You can do it. Super horse. Oh, we should have brought a lead. Wow, look at that for some generation up there. That is a tall jungle tree. It could fall over at any moment. Wow, that looks like almost modded generation, but look. We found it, mangrove swamp. I didn't even spot that in the background. Nice. That normally tends to happen around mangroves, right? Like these huge hills. And just as we find the biome, our inventory is also full. So we may have to set up a nether portal or something similar. Let's definitely make sure to grab some propagules though. I don't know yet if we're going to use mangrove wood, but mud is definitely viable. This is a really nice building block right here. Anyways, yeah, there's some logistics we have to sort out, like inventory space. Man, I really wish you were a donkey right now. Somehow, though, I'm going to figure out how to get enough clay for the build today. Melons? And look at this cute frog. I love these guys. They're so good. They're one of the best additions to this game. Alright, everyone, back from the mangrove swamp. We technically didn't have to go that far just for clay, but we got some other nice things along the way. And it looks like Lashmac has left us a little gift here. Visit Mandalorian or else. It must be his compass, yeah. But yeah, check it out. We got, I don't know how many stacks this is. 9 stacks? 8 stacks of clay? That's definitely going to be enough. It was pretty nice that we had a silk touch shovel. Earlier on, I did re-enchant a shovel. Let's also make sure the horse doesn't do anything silly. You can live right there. So the other material we need in very, very large quantities is wood. Various varieties of wood. So I've set up here a little tree farm. Another little temporary setup just to get us through the next couple of episodes. At least until we build something permanent. And the idea is we're going to keep all the mess in this area here. So it's almost the same as the wheat farm, which by the way has not been working very well. Because the chunks have been unloaded. But yeah, instead of the harvesters here, we have mechanical saws. And then above the saws we have some deployers, which will hopefully replant all the saplings. I believe we just have to glue all this together. And take the range down to 1. Oh, and Lashmac just tested if you can cut mangrove with the create saw. And it looks like the answer is yes you can, which is awesome. I definitely intend to do that here. For now though, we want to farm some of these azaleas, which we got at the very beginning of the episode. Just the regular one, which we're going to combine with lapis or blue dye. Maybe it has to be blue dye. Yes, and this gives us blue azalea saplings from the Colourful Azaleas mod. And now we can set the filters on the deployer and we can just switch this out for whatever we want to farm. This should work with almost any tree in the game. We'll also make sure to give it some storage. We can put a chest here and glue it in. Again, portable storage interface. Make sure we glue it this time again. And then into the opposite side, chute and chest for output. Alright, this is the moment of truth. I haven't actually tested this, but I'm just going to assume that it works. We're about to find out here, but yeah, check out these trees. This thing is, it's awesome. Look how awesome that is. And we are going to build out of this wood here, azul wood. Oh, I probably shouldn't have cut that. Let's test if our farm works. Redstone signal. Is it going? Forgot to glue the saws on here again. That should be an easy fix. Okay, now it should work, right? Once it approaches the tree, it's going to cut it down, right? Yes, and replants almost instantly. Nice, well, we're going to have to switch it out multiple times because we're not just going to be using this blue wood here. Let's give it some bone meal just to kickstart. But yeah, this should make it significantly easier to gather the materials we need. You know, instead of having to use the hand crank, which we were doing previously. In the meantime though, I'm going to start to clear an area for this build. It's going to be pretty large, I think. And you might still be asking yourselves, what are we building? We're going to build McDonald's. And that's going to all make sense. That is going to all make sense very, very soon. For now, I'm going to leave you with that while I get digging here. Alright everyone, check this out. Behold McDonald's. No, we can't call it that. Oh, I absolutely love the way this thing came out. So originally this thing was not supposed to be this big, but honestly I'm kind of glad we built it this big because I have plans for this build. And there's a reason I'm calling it McDonald's. First of all though, let me show you guys around this place. We are making very good use of this azalea wood. And I'm not sure if we are doing something wrong here or if these azaleas need some extra requirements to grow. But I don't think they grow on their own. I had to bone meal every single tree, so I set up a little composter down there. But we ran out of wood so many times. It took me, I think I've been building this for around 8 hours. Yeah, just over 8 hours to put this all together. Yeah, as you can see there, we're using that daub material from the clay and the wheat. This thing looks excellent. I love this thing. Let's turn off the shaders for a minute. Yeah, this daub material, and there's 3 different variants of it. You have the regular, actually there's 4 different variants of it. The regular daub, which is a bit like packed mud. I'm not sure if it has the same texture. We used mud inside. Unfortunately, we don't have too much mud. Yeah, look, it does look like the same texture, right? This is a really awesome block. There's also this like crossed version, this braced version, which I used in a couple of places here just to give it a nice accent, especially around the door here, which might be missing a block up there. Yeah, there's a slightly less crossed version with just 1 stick through it, which I also made use of. Mainly under the windows and things like that, just to give it a bit of an accent. Yeah, for the windows, we're using these Create Ornate windows, iron windows. And then we've got walnut azalea, stripped walnut azalea, and spruce wood. The more I look at this though, I'm not entirely sure if these two belong together. But from a distance at least, I think it looks not too bad. And then we have a 3rd type of wood up there, which is called Fis azalea. We should have some of it here. The stripped version is actually really nice. It's like a nicer version of birchwood. And then on the roof up there, we have the azul azalea, the blue one. So yeah, lots of wood. We need a robust tree farm soon, especially if we want to build a lot of these buildings across this whole valley. But yeah, let me show you on inside. We have a simple oak floor here. I have some plans for the inside, which we'll be hopefully working on next episode. We got the 2 towers on each side, one of which I think we're going to use for items, and the other one for, well, for a staircase to get up to the 2nd level. Again, it is missing a lot of the interior, but yeah, I really love it already. Again, I'm still learning this whole build thing, and this is definitely out of my comfort zone. Yeah, it looks like we are missing a stair block on the opposite side there. So why are we calling this McDonald's? Well, I want to make fully automated hamburgers here. So this is a bit of a farmhouse. And yeah, this is where we're going to combine all the materials for the hamburger. So we're going to have to set up wheat fields, tomato fields, onions, cabbage, which we did pick up on the beach when we were searching for clay. And then beef patties, which is effectively steak. Comes from minced beef and... well, you cook minced beef, which you get from cutting down, I think, raw steak, which obviously you get from cows. So that's a handful of steps there, 5 or 6 at least. And what I would like to do ideally is have basically a depot on the other side of this door here. And we have it almost like a counter style where we can just come up here, come inside McDonald's and pick up our hamburgers. And yeah, as you can see here in the tooltip, the hamburgers give a lot of saturation and food. Cool Cat just logged in again. Yeah, we're all having so much fun on this server. It's only day 2 or episode 2, but yeah, I'm having a blast here. But yeah, the idea is here we are able to just pick up fully assembled hamburgers from here, and we can go off and do whatever, not having to worry about food. As I would like to get these animals removed from here at some point. Anyways, with that, we're going to wrap up the episode right here. I might go back to the mangrove and pick up some more mud, so we can get this floor finished. I really like the idea of the mud floor here. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Trifecta. Take care, everyone.